One Claude Skill automated all of the motion graphics that you will see in this video. The problem is that most YouTubers don't have the skills to make professional motion graphics on their own, or they don't have the money to hire a professional video editor to do it for them. In this video, I'm going to show you one Claude skill that can make all of your YouTube motion graphics completely for you. This skill will map out everything you say, determine the best types of compositions for each sentence, and then it will build your motion graphics based on your branding or the style of your choice. If you stick until the end of this video, I'll show you exactly where you can download this Claude skill completely for free. My name is Vic. Content is my business. I've gotten over 200 million views across my network of channels and have made millions online as a creator. This channel is about creating AI systems for human content. So if you're a human and you make content, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I'm giving away free skills and free workflows every single video. Before we go over exactly how to use this skill and what the outcomes will be, I first want to cover what the skill does and what the skill does not do. Because my goal with this channel is to create skills that produce incredible results. And each skill focuses on a different component of the creation process. Rather than trying to jam every component and every process into one skill and have mediocre results. So this skill in particular, first off, works best with YouTube video intros and also can do chapter titles. So like full title card, full screen. It can also make YouTube outros as well. How it works is it transcribes dialogue from your video, and it is meant for more talking head videos like this. Then it determines the pacing, it determines different composition ideas, and it provides you with a game plan. You either give the green light or tell Claude what you want to fix and what you want to add. Then you give your design parameters, maybe your fonts, your colors, or you just pick one of the preset styles that I made. I have a liquid glass style, I have a synthwave style, and I also have like the standard Claude look, like the Anthropic branding. Claude will go ahead and cook, and at the end of all of it, it'll give you an MP4 that you can just pop right on your timeline to overlap the footage that you originally put together. Now this goes right into what this skill doesn't do. So this skill does not do your rough cuts. I actually have a completely different skill for that, which does rough cuts insanely well. That skill is called the perfect cut skill. You can get it in this video right here, and I'm using it in this video as well, just in the next segment. This skill does not do music. It does not do sound effects. It is not meant for full videos. You don't just drop a full video. I mean, technically it could, but it's gonna be really expensive, I think, in credits. Optimally, you use this for your YouTube intros and then chapter cards throughout the video, just to add some spice. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments asking, so no, it's not free to run this. You do need to pay for Claude Code, but you can definitely run this on Opus. And every single intro that I've run so far with chapter cards has cost me well under $10. So this is the actual intro that you just watched. I haven't done the VFX on it yet. And my perfect cut skill actually chopped this up for me. I just did a very quick run through and a little bit of a cleanup, nothing crazy. And I actually have that file right here. So I'm going to right click it and I'm going to copy as file path. You can also get the file path at the bottom of your screen. If you're on Mac, you just right click the file path that's at the bottom. I'm going to come back over to my friend Claude and I'm going to start up the perfect VFX skill. So once I run the skill, the first thing it's going to ask me is what type of video is this? It is a YouTube intro. That's what I'm going to be doing, but you could do a chapter card or you can do completely custom because it is using Remotion. Now you could argue that you could just use Remotion on your own, but the styles and the branding logic and the different templates that I built out are only available in this skill, which you can still leverage under custom, but I'm going to use YouTube intro. So I already have the file path copied. There it is right there. And I will just let it run. This will probably take a bit of time because it's going to map the whole video out. Claude just gave us back our pass on the entire intro and its complete plan on what it wants to do. So it's actually outlining the line, the sentence that I said here and which time that happened. Since I still have Premiere open right here, I can go and reference that just to see if I want to do what it's recommending. Right away, it's saying it's going to do a 75 split statement, automated all of the motion graphics. A 75 split is just one of the templates I made where I take up 75% of the screen and the rest is the graphics. I'm curious to see how big this text is. I want to make sure that it's big. Then saying YouTubers don't have the skills or the money, it wants to do a 50-50 split. So I'll be 50% and then it's going to do kind of like this liquid glass thing with text on it. It's going to do another 75 split here, a CTA banner when I mentioned the Claude Skill. Then when I say over 200 million views, it's actually gonna do a full screen statement with over 200 million view counter counting up. And then when I tell everyone to subscribe, it's gonna actually say subscribe with the pill at the bottom and the notification bell clicking. Pretty clean. My only worry is that the 75 splits don't turn out that great, but I'm curious to see how it runs. So I'm just gonna transcribe to Claude what I think it should do. This looks really good. I'm really excited. My only worry is that the text on the 75 splits don't fill up enough space. I'm wondering if there's any graphical element that you can add to the 75 split with the text as well. Okay, so it says, fair worry, I read the actual 75 split component to ground this, and it's saying what I would actually do. Okay, wants to actually make an improvement on the skill itself, so you guys are getting a little upgrade. Let's run 1 and 2 for now. All right, so now I've given it its final okay. I've approved everything else that it did. I just wanted clarity on how it was gonna handle this first one because it's the first shot of the video and it matters a lot. Worked with it a little bit, got some feedback. It already knows that I'm looking for the liquid glass style and now it's running. This probably is going to take about 10 minutes, I found around that. This is when it's gonna do the actual rendering of the video. So we'll let Claude cook and see what it comes up with.
A few moments later.
All right, Claude just gave us back after a while. I'm having a lot of errors with Claude itself right now. Like we're getting overloaded service. So Claude at Anthropic is like literally getting overloaded. So I think that it failed a couple times, but we were able to get this back after the third attempt running it through the Claude servers. I guess the whole world is using Claude right now. Nothing we can do about it. So it did take a little longer than normal, but we got it back. So I have the file right here. I'm just gonna drop it right on my timeline. This is how we would install it into the video. One thing I made sure to do was to make it recognize the frame rate of the original source and actually match it by frames. So whatever you in and out, it'll recognize that source and then it'll export the exact same way. So nothing ever gets mismatched and you're not like missing frames on the final output. So you've already seen the intro. I'm literally using the first one I rendered. So you can see this is the 75% split composition. That's a style that we created. Then all the transitions too are automatic. This is the 50-50 split with the liquid glass background. This is also a 75 split. This is the CTA banner template. This is the full screen title card template. And then the subscribe with the notification bell clicking on the mouse there. And like, this is first pass. I didn't do this a second time. This is just what the skill produces with the style that I have mapped out. That style was the liquid glass style as I talked about before, but there are different styles that are baked into this skill already. So that is how you create intro graphics. Now let's think about the middle of the video and you have some diagram or some text that you want to visualize on screen. I already did that in this video. It's right after the intro. But it's funny how I like inception things when I make these videos because like it's edited now for you, but it isn't right now for me. So this is actually right after the intro of this video when I'm explaining what the skill does and it doesn't do. As you can see, I've already chopped up the remainder of this video with perfect cuts. I got to go through and clean it up, but I did clean up this area. It just took like 2 minutes. And I'm just going to export this area where I explain what the skill does, what the skill doesn't do. And I'm going to give it to my perfect VFX skill and just give it a little more direction on what my vision for this is. This would be kind of like that custom setting that I showed in the intro of this video. So here's Claude in the same conversation. I exported that segment already chopped up. Let's run perfect VFX one more time. We're going to run it more on a custom basis. Now, this segment of the video is where I describe what the skill does and what the skill doesn't do. Now, I do have a short list that I based this off of, which I think would help you kind of organize this a little better instead of just using the transcript to come up with it yourself. Obviously, tweak the text and make it a little more cohesive and use a transcript to find exactly where these go. But basically, we're going to do 2 longer compositions here. They both should be 50-50 templates. That's like the glass with the text over top of it and the screen's cut in half. One should have the title what the skill does, and the other one should have the title, what the skill doesn't do. And then each is just a bullet point that pops up as I explain it. Use the exact same liquid glass styling that we have on the other components of the video intro, or here are the lists that I have. I just want to clean it up, make sure it's good. Okay, so I just edited that, and now I'm going to give this new composition. This will be the second more custom composition that we're going to create with the skill, and let's just let it cook. Hopefully the usage that's happening on Anthropic's backend doesn't affect us too much. Okay, so Claude just gave us back its plan for this composition in particular, and you can actually see here what Claude does. So one issue that I had when I was building it was some of the graphics didn't line up because it didn't know what was going on in the frame. So this skill actually reads the frames of the video to make sure that the graphics are not gonna like fall on my face, or if we do a 50-50 split, it's not gonna do it with like me while I'm sharing my screen like this. And still, it's giving me the entire game plan, and then it's asking me if we should run it. I said yes, run it. So the render's going right now. I think it's sending a sub agent here to run the render for us. 3095 frames. I think that's a little longer than the other one. So we're just gonna let this run and drop it on the timeline. And I'm literally building this video as I make it. It's so weird because I'm actually filming this in like segments, and then I'm having to run the perfect cut skill mid filming, by the way, just so you know how efficient and how fast perfect cuts works. And then I am going back and then taking a segment and giving it to perfect VFX, and it's like insane efficiency. I'm just really excited to see how this video turns out, honestly. Okay, Claude has now given us our second render here. I'm just going to copy the file path and take a look, drop it right into Premiere, line it up with my in and out point here. I am nervous. I have not seen it yet. So it's also exporting the audio. I'm just going to strip it, just unlink the audio and then remove it. And for this, I'm just going to mute it so you don't hear it in the background. Okay, so here we go. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, so nice. Cool. Okay. Nice. Oh, dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is so sick. I love it. Is there an, oh my, look at that. Look at that transition. Oh, it's butter. Yes, let's go. I love this. Super cool. Super cool. So guys, if you want more of these skills, like I said, I'm making them all the time and I'm giving away for free because I'm not charging for this stuff. This is stuff that companies are literally charging people for, and you can build it yourself in Claude, or I can just build it for you based off of my expertise with video and production. I've been producing content for like 20 years. I literally started making videos and editing videos and using Photoshop and using Sony Vegas before high school, like 20 years ago. So subscribe to this channel because I am relentlessly giving this stuff away. Also, my team just opened up our calendar because we decided to start looking at creators' businesses and their channels and just offering them some free advisory on how to implement AI into what they're doing to keep their content human and just make it way more efficient. We do have limited spots available, and I don't know how long we're actually going to keep our calendars open for. So if you're interested, the link for that call is down in the description below. And if you want the skill file completely for free, just jump over to my free Skool community. It's called AI Systems for Human Content. The link will be in the description below, or you can just go to skool.com/Vic. In less than 2 months, we've already grown to 7,000 members, which is absolutely insane. You can jump over to the classroom section, go to AI automations right here, and find the video out of these videos here, like this video that you just watched, and then you will find the skill file right at the bottom where it says resources on that specific video. I also have a bunch of different skills here, all of them completely for free, as I mentioned before. So if you want the skill, jump over to my free Skool. Link is in the description. Again, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope you got some value today. I hope you can cook crazy videos with this skill. My name is Vic, and as always, stay human.